Alright, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I've been to a lot of parties, and they all seem like they're the same kind of thing. People you see all the time at every party, kind of just sitting around playing beer pong, and that's it. It's nice to mix it up a little bit. So today I'm going to show you guys a game I learned not too long ago. I'm sure there's plenty of ways to play it, but I'm going to show you guys the way I learned how to play it. I'm going to show you how to set it up, how to play, and a little bit some scenarios that might go down. First off, let's talk about the setup. Real simple, $3 cups, red cups preferably, because you know, it's the rules. And it's called four corners for a reason. You put 4 cups at each corner. It's going to kind of take a while. Alright, and you want to set them up so the corners are kind of like pointing towards each corner. This table's really long, but you get the idea. Alright, so once you set these up, you want a table that's probably about 8 feet. Anything shorter than that is kind of short, and you might want to like step back and go farther. We play elbows, which is another rule, which means that you can't shoot with your elbow over the table or else the shot is invalid. So, alright, I'm just going to set up one side. Alright, once you got your cup set up, you need ping pong balls. You see? Another $3, you know, at least 2. And once you got 16 cups, you want one in the middle. Alright, and now it's 2 on 2, and you want your teammate is going to be on the opposite side of you versus the other 2, which are going to be on this side of you. And can I get like 3 volunteers real quick? I don't care, just to come up, someone just come up. You set up like 4. Alright, so basically, me and him would be on a team, or him and her would be on a team, and me and him would be on a team. Okay, I'm just doing this to show you guys really how it's going to go down. Okay, now the objective of this game is obviously you want to make your cups. You want to clear all your cups before the other team does. But the trick is that makes it different, a little bit different than beer pong. Say if she just made this cup right here, we cannot shoot another shot until he drinks this cup. So after he would shoot, he would simply slide this cup over to him. He would drink his water, or whatever that is, and then that person's able to shoot again. And it just keeps going back and forth. You guys are done. Thank you. And then it just keeps going back and forth until all the cups are gone. Now, when one team has all their cups gone, so say this team made all their cups on both sides, the game's not over. They still have to bounce it in to this final cup to actually end the game. Now let's talk about some scenarios that might go down during this crazy game. Say if I'm holding the ball and I shoot and they make it right when I shoot, that shot still counts. So we both have to drink before we can shoot again. But if they shoot and make it and I still have the ball in my hand and then shoot it, it wouldn't count. Another scenario is if we're bouncing it and they continue to make cups, we can't bounce it still. We still have to wait, and so the rule keeps applying. So basically, if you have about $6 and a party at a table, then you guys can play this game and mix it up a little bit and change things up. What? There's too many? you want me to move these tables back?
Yes, please.
You want me to help? You good. Okay.
Use apple juice instead of water.
What?
Use apple juice instead of water.
Either way. What?
Like part of like a league and stuff. It's like, oh my god. There's extreme bad there's like leagues, dude. USA versus China. That would suck. It'd be like a championship. We got cool.
All right, Nolan, I thought that the personal references attention device was fine. You had a pretty clear thesis statement and preview of what you're going to talk about. The content, though, doesn't really develop as well as you would hope. I think that you need to tell a story here or there, give us some more examples of scenarios, liven it up a bit as if you are sharing with a group of friends. I know you're trying to teach us the game, but you also have to make it interesting. Otherwise, it's just like reading the inside of the Monopoly box. What do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? And it really needs to be a presentation. So, talk about those scenarios where you and your friends were playing and you both hit the cups at the same time, or you couldn't finish your drink, and so as a consequence the other side won because you were not passed out. That wouldn't be the right answer. But something. Make it. Tell a tale. Make it a little bit more interesting. Content-wise, it's tough because you are trying to teach us something, but you have to make it an interesting process. And I think you get a little caught up in the technical details. The visual issues. I thought at the beginning your movements were pretty good. You might want to plan out the process of explaining this a little bit more, because you have to set up everything while you're speaking, and that gets complicated. I think maybe what you want to do is set up everything except the one corner that you're going to explain, and then have everything else set up so that you don't have to do it. You've seen cooking shows, right, where they don't sit there and wait for 40 minutes while something cooks. They say, and then you put this in the oven for 45 minutes, but they pull out one right when they're putting the other one in. They say, now imagine 45 minutes has gone by, here's what it would look like at that particular point. You kind of need to plan a little bit, how would I be at each of these next steps, and so that you're not having to turn away from the audience and just engage in the technical stuff, but you can keep talking to us. That's where the problem comes in, because it really undermines your pacing. Because you're doing the setup, and when you got everybody up there to volunteer, if you're going to bother getting them up, it seems like you ought to have them try. Hand them a ping pong ball or two and give them a shot at doing it, so we can see how easy or complicated it is, how much fun it is, or how boring it is without having something in the cups to drink. That sort of thing. I think you also kind of have this presupposition that the audience has an understanding of Beirut that others are not going, and I'm not sure everybody's going to have that. So you might want to give a little bit more background on it. All right, thank you.